Bethesda decided to postpone the Power Armor display cases, and several new hacks were made public. Meanwhile, the spring sale has begun. It's news time. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. I'm back for another round of news, and a lot has been going on in the past few days, including a new public test server patch and some interesting revelations. Bethesda decided to delay the Power Armor display cases, and they also decided to change the daily ops rewards a little bit. Meanwhile, new weird hacks were made public, one even allows players to play music while flying and killing enemies. Multi-hacks with a hint of freaky. Anyway, at least the spring sale is now live and a new survey has started with a very target audience. Now the Enclave Officer Outfit was released with a few issues, and there's a new post coming together with the upcoming hot tub. As usual, I will feature a few player suggestions and finish up with some bugs. Well, with that being said, let's jump right into the details, shall we? A few days ago, new multi-hacks were made public by ErectBan, which, as far as I know, falls under the Erectus multi-hack pack, one of the most popular and used hacks for 76. As usual, I'm not here to promote any hacks. My goal is to keep you informed about the latest events, and recently new hack updates were added to this multi-hack. They basically allow users to fast travel using their first or third person camera views, flying above the clouds at the speed of light. Moreover, the hack also allows users to kill enemies from miles away, and it doesn't even require any equipped weapons. Moreover, there's a variation where users can play the banjo and get a permanent stamina boost while doing the same, flying, fast traveling above the map, and killing enemies without actually hitting them. It's pretty weird. It's the type of hack you just have to ask, why? Why would someone create such a thing? Well, they were either really bored out of their minds, or these new cheats are more like a statement. You know, that it's basically possible to create anything, any sort of hack for 76, even the most weird and bizarre trollish ones, such as flying around playing the banjo while killing enemies in the other side of the map. Anyway, I'm no expert in hacks, but this really looks like the same type of existing hacks that a lot of cheaters use in Nuclear Winter for ages, just flying around killing anyone from kilometers away. Nothing special really, just the usual. So yeah, for all we know, this could be just an adaptation for adventure mode. Anyhow, I can only hope one day Bethesda will put an end to all the hacking in 76. But sadly, that day is probably never going to come. It never did so far, so realistically speaking, it's very unlikely that one day all the hacks will just be gone. Poof, like that. But well, one can hope, right? Now, let's move on to another topic. Yesterday, Bethesda announced that the Power Armor display cases are no longer coming with Season 4, one of the main features getting released with Update 26 on April 27. The announcement was part of the latest public test server patch notes, and the reason for this delay was obviously technical issues. Bethesda said they will continue to work and improve these new displays, and it's not yet known when are they planning to release it next. Until April 7, the Power Armor display cases was planned to be unlocked at rank 36 of Season 4, but that no longer seems to apply. Anyway, if you are wondering why did Bethesda ended up delaying this new display, then I recommend you to watch my feature overview, because I go over all the main issues there regarding Power Armor display cases. To make it simple though, these displays are not very user-friendly. Each display requires around 100 stash space to add a full set of power armor. Yes, you heard me right, around 100 pounds. It's insane, and yeah, as you can imagine, not a lot of people were happy with this single fact alone. And while everything is quite buggy, Adding pieces to the display itself doesn't always work, and the frame station is just a decor item. It's not even a display case item, even though it was labeled as such. There is a long list of issues, as you can imagine, and the initial player feedback was far from being positive, to say the least. So it really doesn't surprise me that Bethesda decided to delay this item in order to improve it before it gets officially released. Now, I want to say that Power Armor display cases might come live with Update 27, but since this is supposed to be a season's reward, it's likely it will get delayed to the next season instead. And while Season 5 should go live during the summer, there's a long way to go still, so don't get your hopes up just yet. As per usual every week, the public test server received another update this past Wednesday, April 7. This time the patch was rather small, around 500 megabytes, and there were no major changes. In fact, there were only 15 minor bug fixes, as shown here. Most of them are related to new systems such as camp slots, loadouts, mannequins, and building in general. Furthermore, Bethesda used this patch to make some other big announcements. The first one was about the Power Armor display cases getting delayed. I already talked about it in the previous point. Now, the second announcement they did was about the daily ops rewards. Bethesda decided to move several rare rewards into the uncommon category to make the drop rates a bit more even. What rewards got changed though? Well, they basically moved cosmetics and decor items, both old and new, upcoming ones, as shown by the data miner Gilpo. I think this change makes a lot of sense, and it will bring way more balance into the two categories. In other words, it won't be as difficult to collect all the existing rewards. The chances are more even, and you will be able to get things a little bit faster, at least 1% more. Alright, now do let me inform you that Bethesda's Spring Sale is now live, and you can find discounts up to 70% off on all their titles. Bethesda has started an email campaign with all the details you may need. Make sure to check your email or head to the link below the video for quick access to their online store if you want to check it out. Anyway, when it comes to Fallout 76, Bethesda added a flat 40% off on everything, including the base game, the Deluxe Edition, and even several bundles, such as the Brotherhood of Steel bundle. Overall, there are lots of 40 to 60% off deals, so now it's a great time to shop for Bethesda games if you want to save some money. Something that you may not be aware yet is that Bethesda also launched another email campaign. This time I'm talking about a new 76 survey where Bethesda has selected a few lucky players to answer several questions about the roadmap content for 2021. If you are subscribed to 76 newsletters, make sure to check your email. Maybe you have a survey waiting for you there. I did not get it yet, but a friend of mine received it already, and as shown, Bethesda wants to acquire feedback on their latest content announcements for 2021. In fact, if you end up saying you are upset or disappointed at the roadmap, they will go as far as asking you to write down why is that the case. Well, Bethesda is known for delaying and changing announced content, so who knows, maybe the feedback from these surveys will contribute to alter the future, or it might be used to plan the new content for 2022. That's also a possibility. Now, let's talk about the new Enclave Officer Outfit, the new Fallout 1st reward for April. This costume was data mined a while ago, but it only got released months later. Still, after all this time, Bethesda didn't manage to make a clean release. Yeah, as you probably know by now, it went live with several issues. First of all, dozens of Fallout 1st players reported that his new reward did not show up for them in the Atomic Shop, to which Bethesda quickly addressed and solved in just one day. At least that. However, there's another issue which has been detected. If you equip the Enclave Officer Outfit through the Atomic Shop to use it in Nuclear Winter, it will not work. Yeah, this outfit is disabled there for whatever reason, and if you select it, it will not show in-game at all. Instead, your previously selected cosmetics will appear on your character there. I know this is a minor bug, but just to let you know, this issue has not been addressed or acknowledged by Bethesda just yet. Okay, I have seen several comments where you guys are not so sure how to claim or unlock your Easter Bunny mask. I know it can be a bit confusing, but hear me out. If you claimed all the 6 Easter eggs during the past week, then the bunny mask got auto-unlocked already, unless there's a bug I'm not aware of. However, unlike the Easter eggs, you don't have to do anything to unlock it. There is no Atomic Shop entry. Maybe that's why so many people seem to be confused about this. To make things clear though, all you have to do is head to an armor bench, select headwear, then search for the Easter Bunny mask entry and craft it. That's it, really. If you don't see it there, then it means you haven't unlocked it. Maybe you missed an egg or you are being affected by a bug. Well, you are welcome. The next news is a very straightforward one. If you follow me on Twitter, you surely noticed that one of the upcoming Atomic Shop items is a hot tub with a very interesting feature. It has been data mined a few weeks ago, and despite steamy water, it will also come with a brand new pose, where your character can literally get inside the tub and relax. I decided to check the mesh for this new pose, and it looks like this. It's a semi-sitting, crouching position with both arms spread across the tub. If you are wondering why are there 2 characters in there, well, the standing pose or model is the base, the standard one, which will then animate into the second position. Anyway, I'm wondering if they will recycle this new pose and add it to any further items. I guess only time will tell. Well, it's time to move on to some player suggestions. The first one I have for you is something that has been all over social media in the past months. Players really want double daily currency limits to be a permanent thing, not just a temporary event every now and then. During the double currency weekend, almost 2,000 players expressed their wishes on the matter. Clearly, a lot of people want to enjoy a larger daily currency limits every time they log in, not just in specific weekends. I totally agree with this change. It's about time to make the system a bit more flexible and free. If players want to farm more currencies per day, then why not let them, really? So far, Bethesda hasn't been responsive to this type of feedback. I haven't seen any official answers to any of the upvoted posts in the past months, but that doesn't mean things can change in the near future. Maybe more posts and more requests will eventually convince them this is a necessary change for 76. It is the way. Another player suggestion that caught my eye recently was about Whitespring, simply because it's a very realistic one. I had never really thought about this matter before until I read this post, but the Whitespring area is one, if not the most luxurious and rich locations in the entire map, so how comes it's still empty and abandoned? Even after several factions returned to Appalachia. Let's be honest here, the Whitespring resort alone could probably house all the settlers and raiders in the wasteland together. There are dozens and dozens of rooms there, plus the Whitespring is ideal for survival and repopulation purposes. It has all the key resources there in one single location, all in one place. It has housing, it has free services provided by dozens of robots, it has a lot of space. These golf camps could be easily turned into crop fields for food, for example. It also has a natural water stream and a forest area around for wood. Let's not even go over all the tools and machinery around, especially at the garage. There are pools, there are nearby apartments for more housing. It's just so much going on here. There's too many resources to waste. It's just a perfect place to live at and thrive in the wasteland. So why is such a perfect location still conquered by ghouls and servant robots? Heck, why aren't opposite factions fighting for it? I don't know. It makes absolutely no sense. I think it's time for big changes at the Whitespring. Maybe this will be a future DLC. There's surely plenty that could be done here. Quests, events, faction repopulation, community challenges, and so on. Let's hope Bethesda will listen to this one because it's really interesting and it makes a lot of sense. Whitespring is there, abandoned for ages ever since the release days, when it could be something else, something more important, more relevant, and interesting too. To conclude, I want to report a persistent bug which has been plaguing me over the past couple of months. I have been collecting footage actually, some of it is quite old at this point, but this all proves that the weapon mishandling bug is not as rare as some players might think. I've been seeing it quite often, to be honest, at least once per play session. I have no idea what triggers this sort of bug, but it just looks plain wrong. The weapons lose their original shape, everything becomes messed up. It's like the Slenderman bug, but for weapons. It could very well be a variation of that bug actually, I don't know. Anyway, the affected players cannot see themselves as bugged, they see their weapons fine and they can shoot as per usual. But on the other side, all you see is players running around with a floppy mix mash resembling the original weapon format. I know this is just a visual bug like the Slender Man in characters, so it doesn't affect the gameplay, thankfully, but still, it's quite distracting and awkward to see it nonetheless. Ha! The random bug for this news is the Ghost Power Armor. This empty frame opened up on its own as I walked nearby, as if a player was entering or exiting it, except nobody was there. Then my friend got cloned as well. It's one of these Inception cases, a bug inside another bug. Actually, it's more like a red flag, dying server, move along for your own sanity, I mean safety. Well, anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I am Marta Branco, and don't forget my Easter screenshot event is about to end. It ends today in a few hours, so hurry up if you want to participate for a chance to win free atoms. As usual, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content to let YouTube know. And well, you can always support me even further by becoming a member or a patron. The links are right below the video. Thanks for everyone who supports me, by the way. Now it's time for me to go. I will see you all very, very soon in the next one. Until then, take care. Adios. Bye bye.